Today, we're going to figure out exactly how far does 2 pounds of flour go. All right, so let's get 1.5 cups of flour in the bowl. I am using an einkorn all-purpose flour. My husband has gluten intolerance, and we have found that this flour does not activate his gluten intolerance. We haven't seen any kind of reaction. So I'm getting some biscuits made with this flour. I tend to do this every other week and freeze some of the biscuits. But if you are going to use regular flour for this challenge, that'll cost you about $3 or so, $3 to $4. And this einkorn bag costs us $7.80 after taxes, because we pay taxes on food. I'm doing half the batch that I normally do. One, because I only need a couple biscuits for today. Normally I will freeze biscuits when I do a full batch, but today I just want to get these few in the oven. And then also reason number 2, I'm only doing half the batch, is because I would like to figure out exactly how many different things I can make with this flour, this bag of flour. And so I'm going to try my best to do 2 different pricing for you. All right. Let's add some milk or kefir, whichever you prefer. I know some of you guys who love to measure just looked at that and was like, oh my Lord. You'll learn. You'll eventually learn how to cook by sight. I am rolling the biscuits out and kneading them by hand, and then I will cut them into squares just to save another utensil of cutting them into perfect round circles. The whole entire goal this year of 2024 in the kitchen is to learn how to make more and more things with flour to reduce what I'm purchasing from the grocery store. Because when I go to the grocery store, I have to buy regular for my son and I and gluten-free for my husband. And if I could do it all with einkorn to save some money, you bet I'm going to learn how to do it now. Okay, so I put them back in this bowl. I'm going to put them in the freezer for a few minutes while the oven heats up. All right, so the biscuits are in the oven. I took them out the freezer. I'm going to start on some rustic bread for dinner. I wanted to rise, I would say, a couple hours because I have something to do today that I can't babysit it. So it's okay if it gets very poofy. But in this case, I think it takes just about 2 cups, 2.5 cups of flour. So here's my yeast. I'm gonna go ahead and get that proofing. I found this recipe for quick bread, or yeast bread rather, online on Pinterest years ago. I think probably around 2018, 2017. I've messed around with it using gluten-free flour and it turned out horribly. But when I started using it with this einkorn flour, oh, it made very beautiful kind of rustic bread. I have done a double rise on it and turned into dinner rolls. You probably saw that a couple videos back. I've actually rolled it out and turned it into cinnamon rolls. It was okay that way, not my favorite, but in a pinch, this particular bread, we've been able to do a ton of things with it. I'm just trying to get the liquid the right way because this is based off of regular wheat flour versus a einkorn flour, which tends to do a little bit of funkiness when it comes to liquid. It likes to hold on to liquid and you have to let it rest a little bit more in order for it to soak up eggs and water and oil correctly. But easy way to get some quick bread.
I'm gonna go ahead and show you the bread right now. So I'm gonna keep it rising. And I'm gonna move on to cookies.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh goodness.
I'll get this too.
Okay, hold on.
Is that 2 cups of sugar? Ooh, that looks like 2 cups of different kind of sugar. Can I taste some?
Nope, that's why.
Oh, when you invite children into the kitchen, sometimes you might regret it. But I want my son to know how to make all his favorite dishes before he leaves home. And I have no desire of rushing it all in the last 2 years of his life in the home. So, yes, we have allowed my son to get in the kitchen and hold the beaters in the bowl since he was 2 years old. So now at 6.5, he is rocking it. I can just crack the eggs in, I can pour the milk in, and he can hold the beater in the bowl, I would say pretty decently, pretty well. He knows how to scoop out, and he knows all the ingredients that belong in it. One time he told me, Mommy, you forgot the vanilla. Oh, good memory, son. So get your kids in the kitchen and let them help make all the things that they like to make. And guess what? They are going to last the whole entire time, all the time. You'll see in a few moments he's going to leave me because he mainly wants to go and lick the beaters. Do you guys lick the beaters growing up, or are you one of those people that are afraid of salmonella and never enjoyed eating the cookie dough off the beaters? Here is peanut butter, and let's get it baking.
Nobody could wait till dessert, so I went ahead and baked 5 of the cookies, the peanut butter chocolate chip. Huh? You want one? Yeah, you want it before dinner? Give it 2 seconds. It's still a little on the hot side. I don't want it to crumble too bad.
And there it is, right out the oven. It's nice and fluffy. So this little 2-pound bag of flour gave me a nice loaf of sandwich bread, about 2 dozen small chocolate chip cookies, and some biscuits for breakfast. What can you do with 2 pounds of flour?